How to speak with unshakable confidence when talking to a group of people. Now, the first lesson I want to pass across to you today is all speaking is public speaking. Write it down. All speaking is public speaking. Very important. Now, the first thing you have to take away from your mind is, oh, when I'm speaking to a group of 5 or 20 people, I have to talk to them differently, in a different way, versus when I'm talking to one person. That's when I'm having a one-on-one conversation. I'm a different person and I have to talk to the person differently. No, it's not different. It's the same. There's an adage in my tribe that says, walls have ears. So you see, as far as you're not having an inner dialogue, it's public speaking. So the only reason why you get nervous when talking to a group of people, like 20 people, is because you feel that 20 people are looking at you. Oh, I'm talking to 20 people, so I'm a different person. I have to talk to them this way, I have to talk to them that way. That's why you get nervous. Don't worry, it doesn't matter whether you're talking to one person or whether you're talking to 1,000 people. What matters is that you're speaking. So that's why today I'll be telling you how to speak with unshakable confidence when talking to a group of people. Don't go anywhere. My name is Chike. Stick a massive like on this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do that now. Feel free to share this content. I'll be back in a bit. So number one secret is, a speaker is made and not born. So you may be thinking that great speakers like Barack Obama, Warren Buffett, we are all born great speakers. No, great speakers are not born, but they're most definitely trained. But the good thing is that we all have the ability in us to learn, to develop, and to master the art of public speaking and presentation. So that's why when you see a great speaker speaking so effortlessly and you'll be wondering, what's working for him? How is he doing it? Now let me tell you what's working for him. It's because that great speaker put in a great effort into being a great speaker. He practiced a lot and he worked on himself to become a great speaker. Warren Buffett is one of the richest men in the world, and he said when he was 20 he didn't know anything about public speaking. He couldn't talk in the public, and soon he got his first job as a salesman. He was selling securities. So what did he do? He signed up at the Carnegie University to study public speaking because he needed it. He said that was when he realized that public speaking skills were a requirement to success. So he signed up to study public speaking. When he graduated, he didn't just stop there. He also signed on to become a class teacher at University of Omaha, just to practice public speaking. And so many years later, he became a billionaire. He actually went to other universities. So he said he didn't put the certificate from the other universities on his office wall. That the only certificate he put on his wall was that public speaking certificate from the Carnegie University. And he said that the skills he acquired from that school were very crucial to him being a billionaire. Now, I like using myself as an example. When I was in Nigeria so many years ago, I was made one of the youth leaders in my church. It wasn't only like the main youth leader. We had like 3 youth groups, and I was made one of the leaders. And the funny thing was that, number one, I was so young. I was like 10 years younger than the other youth leaders, and I was given a group of like 50 people. Now, the people in my group, like 95% of them were all older than me and richer than me. And my task was to motivate them, to tell them about business opportunities, and to lead them rightly, right? So I was wondering, how am I going to do this? How did my pastor choose me? How was I the one to be choosing to do this kind of thing? So but I took it up as a challenge. I went on the internet, I googled. I was supposed to motivate them, speak to them like 2 times every week after services on Sunday and I think on Thursday. So I was supposed to talk to them 2 times every week. I started researching. So then I didn't even have money to buy data and be watching YouTube videos on public speaking and motivational speeches. I didn't know what to tell them. So I started listening to tapes, cassette tapes. Do you know this cassette tape? Audio cassette tapes. So I was listening to a lot of them. I bought a lot. I read a lot of books. And my first day, my first meeting, I was so nervous. I did my best, and after the meeting, I'm a guy, I like getting feedback from people. So I talked to some people. I was like, how was it today? I was like, what did I do well today? And what areas do I really have to improve on? And some of them said, oh, you did a good job today, but you have to improve on this, improve on that, maintain eye contact, you have to maybe talk a little bit slowly and talk louder, something like that. They said a lot of things, and I took note of all those things. I was working on myself. I kept on showing up. That was one thing I did. I kept on showing up every week. I didn't shy away from my responsibilities. So I think after like 3 months, I also went back to my guys after one of the speeches I had, and I asked them, please, can you give me any feedback? How was it today? They were like, wow, you did an outstanding job. It was excellent. It was so good. Now remember, the first time I went to them, they were telling me long sentences. It was like so many things. But now, the sentences were getting shorter. It was great, outstanding, it was profound. You did a super good job. I was like, this is good. I continued showing up. After like 6 months or so, I went back to them and I asked them, how was it? And some of them said, Chike, I think you're a bronze speaker. They actually forgot where I came from. Those first time I wasn't really doing well, they forgot it. And they said, Chike, you're a bronze speaker. It is in you. You have this skill. It is inborn in you. Give me that break. Nothing is natural. They said it was natural. But now let me tell you something. Nothing is natural. Nothing was natural with all my speeches, with all my motivational speeches. I learned them. I worked so hard to become good. And they forgot all those first days I was coming to them, and they were like, oh, you need to do this, you need to speak loudly, you need to maintain eye contact and all that. So it's very simple. Great speakers are made and not born. It doesn't matter how your level is today. Even if you can't even speak, even if you can't speak good English, even if you don't even have the confidence to face the camera or talk to 2 people, it doesn't matter. If you practice, if you work on yourself, you'll definitely improve. You may not become the best. You can actually become the best. Even if you don't become the best, you will definitely improve. So number 1 secret is great speakers are made, they are well trained and not born. So I want to tell you a story before I go. Now, one of the things I do in this country is public speaking at different levels. So I stand in front of people and I talk to them about something. Before I actually started, it was very challenging. I was like, how am I going to do this? I don't speak Japanese and I have to talk to them in English. I have to tell them something about English. You know, communication and public speaking is like selling something. So how do you sell something to people who don't understand what you're saying? So it was very challenging. So what did I do? I went back to the basics. I did my due diligence. I researched on the internet. I called many people, many friends, and they advised me on how to do it. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and there you go. When I started, I was doing so well. One day after my lesson, my boss in Japanese, he came to me. He was like, Chike, you actually did very well. You are a born speaker. You're a born motivator. When we were speaking, I was supposed to be there for 1-2 minutes, but he ended up staying there for like 15 minutes. It was like, there's this something about you. He said, there's this X factor thing about you. I don't know what it is, but you're so good. And I feel you're a born speaker. I just smiled and I told myself, look, there's nothing natural about it. I'm not a born speaker. I actually worked on it. I practiced it. Look, if I didn't practice it, I would just go there and mess up. So that's it. Now, that leads me to the point I want to make before I end this video. Storytelling. I just told you a story, right? So I could have just told you, do your due diligence, practice, and that would be all. Somebody would be like, what's due diligence? What's practice? I just showed you now. When I told you my story, I told you how it was a challenge, it was challenging for me because I didn't know how to communicate my ideas to those people. I didn't know how to sell my ideas to them, right? So you felt me. And I also told you what I did and the outcome. So that brings me to my PSO. So if you're doing public speaking, whether you're communicating, whether it's any kind of communication, please bear in mind PSO. So the P is a problem. So I told you the problem. The problem was that it was challenging. I couldn't speak Japanese, but I had a job to do. I had to communicate to those people. That was a problem, a big challenge. So S is the solution. What did I do? I did my due diligence. I researched. I called a lot of people. I even practiced. I was speaking to my shoes, my shirts, all the items in my room. I was talking to all those items. That was the solution. The outcome, I did a very good job. I became a hot cake. Everybody wanted to listen to me. So whenever it was my turn to talk or to talk to those students, everybody wants to listen to Chike. So that's the outcome. Now you can actually put all these things into practice. And one thing is that the ladder of success is no respecter of persons, and the stories and the secrets of men are in their stories. So if you see anybody who has succeeded and you want to also succeed in that area, the best thing to do is a no-brainer. Just do what that person did. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. I truly appreciate you all, guys. You guys are the best. Now I've been noticing that some people have been sharing my video. A lot of people have been sharing my videos. I truly appreciate every single one of you. Please feel free to share this video. I appreciate that. Stick a massive thumbs up on this video. Subscribe if you're new. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on Instagram at chike_uduma, or you can send me an email at talktokes@yahoo.com. And also don't forget to comment below. God bless you. See you again soon. I love you all. Bye bye.